The week is starting off pretty productive. Woke up 6 a.m., didn't hit snooze, which is like a first for me. Went to the gym, got a good workout in, had my overnight oats. It is now 7:53 and I'm about to head to the grocery store. Now, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that since I moved here and like since the pandemic, I've always ordered my groceries online via Instacart. But the last 2 or 3 times I've gone grocery shopping in person at Trader Joe's, I've been like redoing my overall budget and reallocating funds to certain sectors of my life. That just sounded so finance bro-y. I'm starting to think that I may be able to save more money if I started grocery shopping in person again. So I'm about to go to a grocery store and look at the prices and compare them to the prices that I see on Instacart. I usually shop at Aldi via Instacart, so I'm just gonna compare those prices to see what is cheaper because I don't want to keep paying for an Instacart subscription, even though it is super convenient and I would recommend it. But if I could save more money just buying my same essentials at Key Food or like Aldi in person, then I'll just do that instead of spending all the money that I spend on Instacart. So I'm gonna go compare those prices and see how we fare. I really don't know. I feel like Aldi is like one of the cheapest grocery stores to shop at in New York City, and when you start going to like corner store grocery stores or like the Whole Foods or like the healthier kind of like organic corner stores, that's when the prices start to get hiked up. Okay, I can confirm that Aldi is indeed cheaper than shopping at like my local grocery store. I literally compared the prices of each item on my grocery list, and this grocery store was higher than Aldi every time. I did pick up a few things from the store that I didn't see Aldi having in stock on the app, and then I'm just gonna order the rest of my groceries via Instacart because even with all of the fees and stuff that Instacart charges, I still think using the app and shopping through Aldi is a more fiscally responsible move. I do not know what's been going on with me lately, but I am late everywhere now, including to today's event. I just cannot bring myself to start getting ready on time, and I need to get myself out of this habit like immediately. But anyways, I am heading into Manhattan for another Bumble in Real Life event. A lot of you guys are asking me how I find these events. Literally just go to like Bumble in Real Life, like just Google Bumble in Real Life, Bumble IRL, and it should take you to the link on their website, and then from there you can type in your prospective city and then just scroll through the events that they are going to be having throughout the year. Whew. So today's event I think is at a restaurant, and it's kind of just like a happy hour with like little finger bites and stuff like that. Just an opportunity to mix and mingle. It is 2 hours. I don't know if I'm gonna stay the full 2 hours. If there really isn't a good crowd of people, well, I don't like saying good crowd of people, but if there's like no one that I would be interested in talking to there, then I'll probably leave. But most of the time I usually stay and just end up talking to random people, and always, for the most part, end up having a good time. So if you can find a Bumble in Real Life event in your city, highly recommend going. But yeah, I'm about to head into Manhattan, and then we can do like a little debrief when I get back. Stopped and got a little meringue that I did not need. Somebody just needs to take my card because I be spending unnecessary money. Okay, so I stayed for like 15 minutes. They did have food, which is always a plus. Now I'm heading home before the rain starts. I'm like walking around the city, walking to my train. Oh, there's Temple. You guys, I didn't realize how attached I am to New York. Because New York is such an expensive place and it's so like chaotic, a lot of people assume that if you move here, it's not permanently. You're moving here just for a certain experience or for a certain job or to try to make it in a certain industry, but not long term, like it's a temporary move. So when you move here it's common to be asked like, oh, is New York your forever home? And so like when I first moved here and people were asking me that, I always never had the answer. I'm like, I don't really know. It's kind of hard to see that far in the future. So I would always say I don't know, but the longer that I stay here, the more I fall in love with the city. And despite it being expensive, or despite you feeling lonely from time to time, it truly is like such a fun place to be. Like, I feel like my happy moments in New York outweigh all of my temporarily sad moments. It outweighs the seasonal depression. It outweighs the loneliness, because there's just so much room for opportunity. I'll literally just be standing at the subway like minding my business, and a photographer will come up to me like, wow, you're so beautiful, let's connect on Instagram, I would love to shoot you. You just never know who you're around, you never know who you'll see. And it really is the city of opportunity, and I just love it so much here. But these are all the things that were running through my mind when I was walking around. I think that was West Village. Y'all know I never know where I'm at in the city. I just be all over the place. But I think I was in West Village and just looking at the brownstones and the townhomes. And like it's a little bit warmer today. I think it's like 60 degrees. So everyone was like out and about, exploring, running, biking. And I just love to see that. Like, it just brings me so much joy. But anyways, you guys know I was out because I went to the Bumble in Real Life event. And I will say this one wasn't really my cup of tea. I got food. There wasn't really anyone that I was interested in talking to. When I walked in, a guy came up to me and we chatted for a little bit, but I got my food and kind of like dipped off unintentionally just because I wanted to sit down. But the thing is, you go out, you put yourself out there, and even if you talk to just one person, I see that as a success. Like, you went. So kudos to you. And I feel like I just attract good vibes. So when I got there, there was like hummus and pita chips, but there was also a shrimp that everyone was fiending for. By the time I got there, the shrimp was gone. So like, I was like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna eat the pita chips. I didn't even know they were gonna replace the shrimp. So I'm standing in the corner just like eating my food, and they have the food like in the kitchen, but it's accessible to like attendees. You're not supposed to touch it though, but like we could see it, so if we wanted to reach over and grab it, we could, even though we're not supposed to. So this girl goes over and she takes a shrimp off the plate, even though she's not supposed to because they haven't served it yet. A guy saw her do it, so he sneaks over there and he tries to take one too, but then the manager comes over and he's like, oh, excuse me, like, you're not supposed to be doing that. And I'm just standing there watching, like minding my business, not saying anything. And so maybe like 5 minutes go by, the manager comes directly to me, grabs the shrimp, comes to me, and he's like, oh, I know these have been really, really popular, but not everyone has had a chance to try one. Have you had a chance to try one? And I'm like, oh, no, I haven't. And he's like, oh, would you like to? And I'm like, well, yeah, thanks so much. And he's like, here, come with me, and I'll like serve you one. So he like lets me cut the line, serves me a shrimp, and then everyone else like bomb rushes over, and he just like walks away to let them like serve themselves. But he picked me out of the bunch to serve me the shrimp, and I didn't even say anything to anybody. I didn't say I wanted a shrimp or anything like that. So I feel like my energy, my presence just like attracts people, because that happens fairly often, and I'm like, I didn't even ask for special treatment, but thank you, sir. Love it. We love to see it. So unfortunately, I accidentally deleted several clips that were a part of this vlog, but I still wanted to include all of the other clips that I got. So I'm going to bring you guys along with me, and I'm going to narrate the rest of this vlog. So here we go. At around 11 a.m., I got a request from my agent to attend a last-minute casting in Jersey, so I quickly shaved my entire body and began my hour-and-a-half-long commute to Jersey, which would be my first time back in Jersey in over a year, which is crazy. After the casting, I rushed back home and got dolled up to have a solo dinner in Manhattan at Alora's newest location on 5th Avenue. It was Cinco de Mayo, and even though I don't drink, I felt it was necessary to celebrate in some way, so I went to an industry mixer at the Mondrian Hotel. I connected with so many people, you guys. I'm just happy I'm in the season of saying yes. It was an amazing turnout. On Saturday, I started the day by filming a self-tape, which is like a virtual casting video. For this one, they just wanted me to do a few yoga poses. Thankfully, I've been doing hot yoga lately, so even though I'm not necessarily a yogi, I picked up a few moves from the classes. Then I headed into Soho for a little date. I wanted to try Eileen's special cheesecake in Soho, and it did not disappoint, you guys. It was so good. On Saturday, I ended up back back in Jersey City for a photo shoot twice in a week. Crazy. I worked with a makeup artist that I've worked with in the past, and I was really excited to work with this beauty photographer for the first time. I want to start adding more beauty to my portfolio, so this was just what I needed. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Thomasina Myresa to see all of my final images. We wrapped around 2 and I got picked up in a Tessie, okay? I headed to Brooklyn to pick up my earrings from another photographer, and that was pretty much my weekend. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!
'Cause I'm not just a pretty girl, I'm more than just a picture. I'm a daughter and a sister.